Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Ovialop for the virtual gift voucher. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but a big thank you my friend, it's really appreciated. But on to today. Today we're having a bit of fun, with the new edition of 40k coming up fast, and the narrative taking the biggest step forward since the return of Guilliman himself. I thought it would only be right to have a little bit of a Primarch speculation video, as we rank every single Primarch return from the least likely to the most likely. Spoiler warning to begin, we will be referencing general events from across the lore, so you have been warned. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. Okay, so Primarchs who are obviously already back and at large in the galaxy are Rabute Guilliman, Magnus the Red and Mortarion. So this leaves us with 15 Primarchs, and no, we're not talking the Lost 2, as they're just never coming back. So number 15, Horace Lupercal. Horace is dead, slain by the Emperor and eradicated from existence on every level. He's not coming back. The most we could maybe see is a flashback in the next Black Legion novel. As much as I'd love to see a cloned Horace bitch slapping Abaddon around and reforming the Sons of Horus, or even better, the Lunar Wolves, it's just not happening. Number 14, Faris Manus. The Primarch who met his end far too soon. As awesome as it would be to see a returned Gorgon unleashing his fury on the traitors and Necrons, this is another one that's just not going to happen. There is, however, hope. With the Emperor psychically active once more across the Imperium, could we see a blazing Faris, a manifestation of the Emperor's power once more? The next time Guilliman's in danger against one of his brothers, on the verge of being slain, only for a blazing Forgebreaker wielding Faris Manus to materialise and lay the smackdown. Man, that would be awesome. Imagine Guilliman's face, or say Mortarion's for example, confronted by his fallen brother. Or better yet, a returned Fulgrim confronted by Faris one more time. Only this time, he's an embodiment of the Emperor's power. And this could all be going on as the Legion of the Damned starts wrecking the Emperor's children in the background. Ah, wishful thinking, Rho, I know. On to number 13, Conrad Kurz. Another return that currently is just not likely. However, Kurz's death still has that little bit of mystery to it that helps place it above Faris and Horace. A Night Haunter loose in the void would certainly spice things up a bit, but honestly, Guilliman definitely needs a bit of help on his side if a Conrad Kurz is going to be loose once again. Number 12, Perturabo. Now Perturabo is alive, as we all know, and has had a few very minor mentions within the lore. And don't get me wrong, after Iron Warriors Week and really getting to know his character, I'd love to see him back in the mainstream. But the reason for his low placement on my list is really very simple. I just don't think he's popular enough for Games Workshop to consider it yet. Because that matters. At the end of the day, whilst they may want a good story, they want to make money. And a more popular Primarch will always get the nod. Number 11. Oh, hear the controversy. Rogal Dawn. I think I can hear you Imperial Fist fans from here, and I haven't even uploaded the video yet. Calm down, calm down. This isn't a popularity contest. I personally would love to see Rogal back in action. He's definitely one of the Primarchs that has benefited the most from the Horus Heresy series. The reasons I don't see him returning just yet: there are other loyalist Primarchs more primed to return than him. And really the big reason for me is he's too similar to Guilliman. And I really think the next one who's going to return has to inject a bit of spice into the Imperial side. There has to be that element of doubt there between them and Guilliman. Now, on the other side, the Imperial Fists have headlined a couple of novels lately, and there is an argument that could be made to say Dawn's return could be made more interesting. Have him disagree with Guilliman, enact the Last Wall protocol, or even have the Emperor respond more emotionally to a returned Rogal over Guilliman. But as it stands, I just don't see that happening yet. So a return of Rogal Dawn is not on my cards. Number 10. Leman Russ. Ah, my lord, the Wolf King himself. Now I wish he could be higher in these ranks, but the truth is, there has been precious little in regards to Russ's return. All we know is that Logan Grimnar is searching for him, sending his sons out across the stars for any sign of Russ's return. But as yet, there has been nothing. Now, while I absolutely believe we'll see a continuation of this search in the upcoming edition, and perhaps even a hint of his whereabouts, I don't believe we'll see a return for Russ just yet. Number 9. Sanguinius. What? Sanguinius? How on earth? Hold on. I do not believe we will see a permanent Sanguinius return, walking amongst the living once more. However, it is pretty clear Sanguinius is being shown to be alive in some form within the warp. And as I mentioned in my last Primarch discussion, Sanguinius is well and truly back on the playing field. And they will be continuing this story going forward, there is no doubt about this. With every Dante novel, with every Blood Angels novel, I expect to see a further mention of Sanguinius within the warp. And with the Emperor growing in power, how long before Sanguinius erupts into the material realm? However briefly that may be. I don't expect it, but I don't discount it either. Sanguinius is back in the conversation. Number 8. Jagger Khan. For the Kargan. No Primarch has benefited more from the Heresy series than Jagger. There's been some character standouts like Rogal Dawn, Leman Russ, to name a few, but Jagger has gone from unknown to one of the most popular. And now we have Primaris bikes. It's an odds-on return. Okay, not exactly. However, I do believe a Jagger return has an interesting story dynamic. You couldn't get a more different Primarch than Guilliman. And most importantly, the webway is going to become all the more important. And who happens to be lost within? The Warhawk himself. The Kargan could just be approaching. Number 7. Volken. The only perpetual within the Primarchs, Volken is most definitely out there, on some nameless Imperial world, defending its people. And this is where I think Volken's return could play out. Not a return to lead with Guilliman, but spotted somewhere desperately defending the people. Much like within the War of the Beast. An appearance within a short story or even a novel perhaps. Reaffirming that Volken lives. Laying the groundwork for his eventual full-time return, but not quite getting there yet. Number 6. Alfrias. Now, this is a surprise to me just as much as everybody else. I wasn't expecting to see Alfrias so high up on the list. However, the more I thought about it, the more I keep thinking we are going to see an appearance. Alfrias is dead. He died at the hands of Rogal Dawn, but the fate of Omegon is unknown. Rumoured to have been slain by Guilliman, but never proven. Is he working for the Emperor, Is he even alive? Who knows? We sure don't, but I certainly feel an appearance of Alfrias is on the cards within a novel. It will be kept vague, so we don't know if it's truly Omegan or not, but I do believe the time is coming. Number 5, Corax. We have seen Corax alive and well within the Eye of Terror, hunting his brother Lorgar. And spoiler alert with this list, with the talk of Lorgar getting a lot louder, it's only a matter of time before another Corax reference arrives as well. So while he may not be the most likely loyal Primarch to return, the fact that he is confirmed alive and in pursuit of one of the traitors means he has to rock in at number 5. Number 4, Angeron. To be honest, I'm very surprised there's not already an Angeron model out there. The demon Primarchs are alive in the lore, and Khorne is the most popular Chaos God within the fanbase. Money talks. With Khorne having attempted a siege of the Imperial Palace, it really makes all the sense in the world for an Angeron return. Especially as you would expect Chaos to be wanting to take the fight to the Silent King. The question is more, why hasn't Angeron returned yet? Number 3, Lyon L. Johnson. How long have we had to wait for this guy's alarm clock to go off? And well, let's be real here, it's all been due to one small passage in the Dark Angels Codex of him sleeping with his wounds long healed. But then we were teased with Luther and the Fallen, up to no good within the Rift. And where did that lead? Absolutely nowhere. But still, I have faith. And really, no loyalist Primarch still makes any more sense to return in the 9th edition than the Lion himself. You might be prepared for Guilliman's Silent King, but are you prepared for the Lion? Number 2, Lorgar. Ever climbing the ranks of the possible return, Lorgar now firmly sits in 2nd spot, having overtaken the Lion. The word bearers are getting more shine, and the Necrons declaring war on the Warp would only serve to unify the pantheon of Chaos Gods. And who serves the entirety of the pantheon? None other than Lorgar himself. The reasons for this guy's return just get more and more. It truly is only a matter of time. Over the course of 9th edition, we will see more and more references to Lorgar. But with my number 1, I'm sticking with Fulgrim. However, I admit I am having doubts now about whether he's actually coming or not. And that's a phrase I probably shouldn't have said when talking about Fulgrim. It does feel like we've missed the opportune moment for the Phoenicians' return. But why number 1, Rho? Well, with Necron's centre stage in the new edition, there's a certain Fulgrim clone within a Necron's possession. And I just think this opportunity would be too good to miss. We have got to see the cloned Fulgrim once more, which then of course gives a real reason for the actual Fulgrim to return too. And like I said, with the Necrons taking centre stage, I truly feel this is more possible now than ever before. That loyal clone that was once just a part of a story actually is becoming more prominent. So my number 1 most likely Primarch appearance in 9th is Fulgrim. Either loyal or not. Will it happen? Who knows. If I had my way, it would be Russ. But as ever, GW's ways remain a mystery. The question is, guys, who do you think we could see? And what storylines concerning the Primarchs do you expect to evolve? As always, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love to read them. A huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support really means a lot to me. It truly does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.